Every year, cruise lines sell the dream, but in 2026, passengers are canceling bookings at a rate the industry hasn't seen in years. Norovirus outbreaks hit a record 21 in a single year. Ports across Alaska, Europe, and the American coast are capping or banning ships entirely. A couple who booked at $2,400 walked off the ship with a $5,172 bill, and the lines responsible are still calling it a record year. What they're not telling you is what's actually happening on board, and by the end of this, you'll understand exactly why people are done. Before we continue, hit like and subscribe. It helps us beat the YouTube algorithm. Number 1. Carnival Cruise Line. Loyalty betrayed overnight. The biggest collapse belongs to the biggest line. Carnival's satisfaction scores crashed over 25% in just 6 months. The trigger has a name: Carnival Rewards. For over a decade, Carnival ran its VYFP loyalty program. One night sailed earned 1 point. Status never expired. A trip from 15 years ago still counted. Then in June 2025, Carnival announced it was gone. The replacement shifts from rewarding nights sailed to rewarding money spent, with status resetting every 2 years. Over 4,000 furious comments flooded a single Facebook post. A Change.org petition launched to kill it. The backlash was loud enough that Carnival walked parts of the program back, a reversal so rare in the cruise industry, it tells you exactly how deep the wound ran. In March 2026, passengers on a Carnival Miracle sailing received a letter before departure, stripping their priority embarkation, early cabin access, and priority luggage, because too many elite members were aboard and the perks couldn't be delivered. Platinum membership had doubled, and Diamond had nearly tripled between 2021 and 2024, while the fleet only grew 30%. The program buckled under the weight of passengers who had actually stayed loyal. Beyond loyalty, the product is deteriorating. Food called bland and downgraded across reviews. Entertainment scaled back. The oldest active ship has been sailing since 1996. Twice daily cabin cleaning quietly cut. Gratuities raised to $17 per person per day in April 2026. And priority boarding, once earned through years of sailing, is now sold back as a paid add-on called Faster to the Fun. What passengers earned, Carnival now charges them to buy back. Number 2. Disney Cruise Line. Magic priced out. Disney was untouchable for decades, the gold standard. Then satisfaction scores crashed nearly 25%, falling from near perfect straight into the 3s. Guests are paying the highest base fares in the mainstream cruise industry and finding the experience no longer justifies them. The Disney Adventure, launched March 2026, arrived already pulling alarming reviews. Wall-to-wall crowds. When theater doors opened for a nightly show, one passenger described what happened as a stampede. Dangerous enough to question whether the ship was safe at capacity. A family who spent over $9,000 on a 4-night Bahamas cruise wrote they got cold pasta and a 40-minute wait for a character photo. For a brand built entirely on delivering magic, that sentence is the whole verdict. In May 2026, the Disney Adventure canceled a sailing after a mechanical failure after 6,700 guests had already boarded. Mold was reported on room service cheesecake during another sailing. Medical consultations start at $150 on board, climbing to $350 after 6 p.m. The nickel and diming that passengers accept from budget lines feels like a personal insult when the logo on the ship is Disney. Have you ever felt like a cruise line took double from you and you said never again? Drop your experience below. Other travelers need to hear it before they book. Number 3. Norwegian Cruise Line. Death by 1,000 cuts. In a survey of nearly 19,000 cruisers, Norwegian finished dead last in passenger satisfaction out of 19 cruise lines, not near the bottom. Last. The CEO called the problem self-inflicted, and every item on the cut list proves it. A $5 charge for a second entree that didn't exist before late 2025. The printed daily schedule stopped being delivered to cabins. cabin servicing cut to once daily. Room service capped at 2 items per delivery. Broadway quality shows replaced with cheaper in-house productions. And from March 2026, drink packages no longer work at Great Stirrup Cay, Norwegian's own private island. Passengers pay separately for a beer on a beach the cruise line owns. A solo traveler who had sailed Norwegian 8 times ordered breakfast on her most recent voyage and was told she could have eggs or toast, not both. 8 cruises of loyalty gone over a breakfast order. The financial results confirm it isn't perception. Norwegian's Q4 income dropped from $254.5 million to $14.3 million in a single year. Revenue per passenger fell 8.9% in 2026. An activist investor took a stake of over 10%. A new CEO came in. Booking challenges are expected to run into 2027. The line that finished last in satisfaction is asking those same passengers to wait while the turnaround plays out. Number 4, Royal Caribbean, too big to deliver. Royal Caribbean dropped over 16% in satisfaction, and the reason isn't complicated. The line posted 110% occupancy in 2025. Every sofa bed pulled out, every upper bunk filled, the buffet serving thousands more people than it was designed for. Icon of the Seas carries over 7,600 passengers at maximum capacity. Add the crew and nearly 10,000 people are moving through the same corridors, competing for the same pool chairs, lining up for the same attractions. Pool decks fill within hours of departure. A passenger waited 45 minutes for a burger at the pool deck. 3 longtime royal clients switched to Celebrity in the same week. One spent 20 minutes circling Icon, looking for a single empty lounger, and gave up. The fee structure tells the rest of the story. Wi-Fi hits $38.70 per day on some ships, the same connection that costs $60 a month at home. That's not a premium. That's just the price of staying connected at sea. The deluxe beverage package runs up to $125 per person per day. And if one adult in the cabin buys it, every adult must. There is no opting out. There is no splitting it. You pay or you go without. Older ships in the fleet are consistently described as shabby and neglected, investment flowing only toward new builds. Dining draws phrases like repetitive menus and mass-produced across reviews. Desserts arrive as crumbles in shot glasses. One sheet cake stretched across 1,000 servings, dressed up in a ramekin to look premium. Less delivered, more charged across every part of the experience. Number 5. MSC Cruises, stunning ships, broken experience. MSC fell roughly 14% in satisfaction and was already at the bottom before the drop. World Europa, Seashore, World America, visually impressive ships. But once on board, the experience consistently fails to match the brochure. MSC's Trustpilot rating sits at 1.8 out of 5 across thousands of reviews. Dining inconsistent and lukewarm across every platform. Hidden charges on drink packages frustrating passengers who thought they were covered. Staff described as abrupt, particularly on US sailings. MSC's kids, sail-free promotions pack ships beyond what public spaces were built to handle. Passengers absorb the density in every queue, every venue, every corridor. One reviewer described the buffet as survival of the fittest, with passengers pushing toward food that wasn't worth fighting for. The regional numbers confirm it. The Balearic Islands, one of the busiest cruise hubs in Europe, saw passenger numbers drop 18.3% in the first half of 2026. Ports across the continent are capping ships or rejecting them entirely. Venice banned large ships from its historic waterways. Cannes restricted ships over 3,000 passengers starting in 2026. Protests hit more than 40 Spanish cities this past summer, and the reason is consistent everywhere. A cruise passenger spends roughly $38 in port. A regular tourist spends $200. The ship gets the revenue. The port gets the congestion. Number 6. Princess Cruises, a premium brand losing its identity. Princess posted around a 10% satisfaction decline, the smallest on this list, but these are the lowest scores the line has recorded in years. And there's a health dimension the industry doesn't advertise. The CDC tracked 23 gastrointestinal outbreaks on cruise ships docking in American ports in 2025 alone, the highest on record and the third consecutive year of increases. On a Royal Caribbean sailing out of San Diego, 71 passengers fell ill on a single voyage. On a ship at sea, thousands of people share the same dining areas, the same surfaces, the same air, with nowhere else to go. The FBI logged 48 cruise crime reports in just the first quarter of 2025, one quarter. That figure is considerably higher than full pre-pandemic annual averages. These are the numbers the industry doesn't feature in its marketing, but they are the reality passengers are boarding into. Back on Princess, the fleet is split. Older ships are called dated by passengers with 200+ days on the line. The New Sun Princess sits at the bottom of the fleet's own 2026 review rankings. Too big, layout confusing, atmosphere wrong for the brand. A reviewer with over 30 sailings called the dining the worst in their entire history with the line. Another reported a buffet running out of plates on a sea day. The medallion wearable now draws regular complaints about crashes and failed functionality. Princess is drifting from premium to mainstream, and the passengers who built this brand are beginning to walk. Number 7. Costa Cruises, the line that forgot its passengers. Costa anchors the bottom of every major ranking, a Trustpilot score of 1.9 out of 5, a cruise critic overall of 3 stars. Costa is owned by Carnival Corporation, the same parent as Princess and Holland America. Lines actively reinvesting in their product. Costa is not. English-speaking passengers report feeling excluded throughout. Games conducted entirely in Italian. Performances without translation. Excursions canceled because not enough English speakers signed up. Cabins arriving with leftover items from previous passengers. Broken sanitizer stations, food sitting in budget hotel territory, repeating the same limited rotation. One passenger lodged a formal complaint and was told by a crew member mid-ocean they were welcome to leave the ship. That one sentence is the entire Costa experience for a growing number of American passengers, and it tells you everything about where this line's priorities actually sit. 3 lines keep showing up wherever these passengers land. Holland America, smaller ships, higher rated food, quieter decks, and exclusive access to Glacier Bay that no megaship can match. Celebrity Cruises Edge Class, modern design, sharp dining, half the passenger count of Royal's megaships, and Crown and Anchor status transfers directly so you don't start from scratch. And Virgin Voyages, adults only. Wi-Fi and gratuities baked into the fare, over 20 restaurants included, 0 surprise fees, and a status match program letting defectors carry over elite loyalty from the lines that just abandoned them. The cruise industry didn't set out to ruin what it sells. It set out to scale it. And at a certain point, those 2 things became the same thing. Ships got bigger, fees multiplied, and somewhere in that chain, what made cruising worth it? A meal you didn't plan, a crew member who knew your name, got quietly replaced by revenue targets. The passenger who booked at $700 and walked off, having spent $1,600, didn't make a mistake. The system was designed to produce exactly that outcome. And right now, passengers are starting to notice. The question is whether the industry does too, before it's too late. Drop a comment below. Have you ever walked off a cruise spending way more than you planned? Your experience might save someone else from making the same mistake.